Hello students, my name is Neeraj and welcome all of you to the class of refraction of light. This is a special class done just for the students of Chetna tutorials. That is why please pay attention, and it's a very easy chapter. I will tell you some important concepts and how to go ahead in your exams. Now behind me you can see some topics written of refraction. So without any delay, let me show you the first thing that is very important in refraction. Okay, now I have given the bracket page number as well, so that when you are referring to your state level textbook, you can get the page number where this topic is from. Okay, so the first thing you need to know about refraction of light is the definition of refraction of light. So the definition of refraction is very simple. When light travels from one medium to another medium, but in this case be careful, it is not only medium, it is transparent medium. Very important word is transparent. Therefore when light travels from one transparent medium to the other transparent medium, it changes the direction. This is called refraction. Now many people think refraction, reflection almost the same. It is not almost the same. Refraction is completely different from reflection. Therefore, think with me. Light has to travel from where? From one medium to another medium. But not only that, it has to travel from one transparent medium to another transparent medium. And when it does that, it will change its direction. This is refraction. Now you might think, which are some examples of transparent medium? One is air. Air is a transparent medium. Water is a transparent medium. Glass is a transparent medium. Diamond somewhat is a transparent medium. And there are some other transparent medium which you have it in your textbook, page number 75. I have given the important ones. Okay, ruby, sapphire, diamond. Reason it has to be transparent is we can see it. Therefore, the first question is the definition of refraction of light, and the definition of refraction of light is when light travels from one transparent medium to another transparent medium, it changes its direction. So let us take an example of light going from one transparent medium to another transparent medium. Now, look at this diagram which is on page 74. Let me take media. Media means two medium, plural is called media. For example, plural of radius is radii. Similarly, plural of medium is not mediums, it is media. Therefore, let me take a pair of media. Over here, if you see, they have taken air and glass. So can you see here clearly? They have taken one air and one glass. So light travels from air to glass. That means, can I say definition of refraction is satisfied? That is, light is traveling from one transparent medium to another transparent medium. Okay. Now, it changes its direction. Now, if you look at the diagram carefully, it is A, B, C, D. Now, air, A to B. So, light goes in air from A to B. When it reaches PQ, it changes its direction. So, first refraction happened there. The second refraction happens here when it comes out of glass. Therefore, please look at this board. The first refraction happens when it goes from air to glass. And the second refraction happens when it comes out of glass back to air. Therefore, can I say in this particular diagram, refraction takes place twice. One is over here, it changes the direction. And one is over here, it changes the direction. Now if you notice, there are some angles given. Now what are these angles? How do we measure? All that I will teach you right now. So now let me also take one glass slab. Let me take a glass slab. Now let a light come from air to glass. Can I say this is the point? Now at this point, it will change its direction. Now at this point, let me draw one normal. What is the meaning of normal? Meaning of normal is perpendicular. So at this point, let me draw a perpendicular line. Therefore, normal means perpendicular. Here you can see the normal is denoted by n. At this point I have taken the normal. At this point I have taken the normal. Therefore AB hits the glass PQ and I got one angle. That angle, if you notice, is denoted by the letter I. That angle is denoted by the letter I. That is called angle of incidence. This angle is called angle of incidence. Now if I ask you to define what is angle of incidence, now look at the screen. If I ask you to define what is angle of incidence, first thing you know, it is an angle. Angle is always between two lines. Now tell me, in this case, which are the two lines? So can I say angle of incidence is the angle between incident ray, the ray that is coming, and the normal. Therefore your second definition in this chapter will be define angle of incidence, and the answer will be angle of incidence is the angle between two things. Which are the two things? One is incident ray and one is normal. Similarly, you have something called as R, that is angle of refraction. Look at this, R, angle of refraction. Now angle of refraction also will become very simple for you. What is the definition of angle of refraction? Angle of refraction is the angle between refracted ray and the normal. Therefore, we have done three definitions. One is what is refraction, one is what is angle of incidence, next one is what is angle of refraction. Now if you look at this diagram, this ray is called incident ray, this ray is called refracted ray, and this ray is called emergent ray because it emerges out. So think in your mind and repeat with me. This ray is called incident ray, this ray is called refracted ray, and this ray is called as emergent ray. So dear Chetna students, listen to the definition of angle of emergence. We have finished angle of incidence, that is with incident ray. Angle of refraction is with refracted ray. Now angle of emergence is with the emergent ray. Now this is my emergent ray. What is it? It is the angle between emergent ray and the normal. Therefore we have done three angles. I'll write on the board. One is angle of incidence, one is angle of refraction, and one is angle of emergence. In all three angles, one line is normal. Do you understand? Because what is angle of incidence? Angle between incident ray and normal. What is angle of refraction? Angle between refracted ray and normal. And what is angle of emergence? Angle between emergent ray and the normal. Therefore one line has to be normal, other line has to be, what is the question? If they have asked what is angle of incidence? Incident ray. What is angle of refraction? Refracted ray. What is angle of emergence? Emergent ray. Now from this diagram I have two laws. From this diagram I have two laws. The first law is very simple. They are telling us that my incident ray and my refracted ray are on other sides of the normal. My incident ray and my refracted ray are on two sides of my normal, means opposite sides of my normal, which is anyway known. If I draw a normal, on one side I have incident ray and on other side I have refracted ray. And incident ray, refracted ray and normal all lie on the same plane, which is a subsidiary line, which is not that important, but the important line is my incident ray and the refracted ray lie on opposite sides of normal. And the second law of reflection, the law of refraction is again found on page 74. First one we have done, and the second law, as you can see, is also called as your Snell's law. The second law is also called as your Snell's law. The law is so simple. If you look at this, the law states that for any pair of media, ratio of sine of angle of incidence to sine of angle of refraction is a constant, and that constant is denoted by the letter n, and that n is called refractive index. For example, what is Snell's law? Snell says that the ratio of sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is a constant, and that constant is called refractive index. And if I even want to write it in a better way, I will write it like this. That means it is read as refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1. It is read as refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1. And refractive index is directly proportional to velocity. Therefore, please look at this particular formula. Refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1 is equal to velocity of medium 2 upon velocity of medium 1. This completes our laws of refraction, page 74. Now, refractive index, you have to remember two things. First thing is, look at the formula for refractive index. What is the formula? Sin I upon sin R. From this formula, what do you get? You get that refractive index does not have any units. That means refractive index is unitless quantity. Therefore, refractive index is unitless quantity. Therefore, it is only one number. Refractive index is only one number. And on this table, which is on page 75, in your textbook they have given many substances, but you have to remember at least these substances with these refractive index. In this, please make sure you remember the refractive index of air. Refractive index of air is always taken as unity, means 1. And from the table you can see refractive index of diamond is maximum, check, 2.42. So if you have the time, it is better if you understand and learn all the values of refractive index. And same thing on page 75, you have 3 important points. The first point is, this also can be understood from this diagram. Listen to me. When light travels from lighter medium to heavier medium, what is the other word for lighter? Rarer. R-A-R-E-R. What is the other word for heavier medium? Denser. Therefore, when light is traveling from rarer medium to denser medium or lighter medium to heavier medium, the light will bend towards the normal. Therefore, when light travels from rarer medium to denser medium, if you can see air to glass, the light bends towards normal. What if I change the case? This is the case. When light travels from denser medium to rarer medium, means when light travels from heavier medium to lighter medium, it goes away from the normal. Okay? And one very important point, if light is put normally on the substance, that means if light is put perpendicular to the substance, then there is no refraction. Therefore, the very important MCQ will be, what if light is incident normal to a substance? Light incident normal to a substance means light will not get deviated and there will not be any refraction. Therefore, this completes the first segment. I hope you all understood all the important points from page 73, 74 and 75. So thank you once again, Chetna students. I will see you again with the second segment. Thank you.